I have discovered I was wrong to say the guards were corrupt. They're actually way more corrupt than I thought in the first place. I just could not have actually believed what was coming down the line. The idea that people would be coming to me to tell me that their brother or their sister was murdered and it wasn't properly investigated, or maybe their daughter was raped and it wasn't investigated, or a common one, land being robbed left, right and centre by Gardai Síochána. And one of the big ones is, if you're a single mother, it appears quite clearly that you are a target for many of these rogue Gardaí.
And they ended up putting me in the frame, so they set me up with a firearm and drugs in a false interview. It took me a number of months to prove that this happened, because if I went to the station I wouldn't be believed, and that's how they're able to get away with things like this.
She died in Garda handcuffs under a sectional arrest. This case, there was no post-mortem carried out whatsoever, when it was the duty of the Gardaí, when somebody died under Garda custody, to notify the European watchdog and also notify the coroner immediately to carry out the same. From 1992, 2005, the first post-mortem was held, and that was found to be an open verdict, when originally the family were notified that the cause of death was a drug interaction.
My name is Margaret, and I'm here on behalf of my partner William, who was arrested for something he actually didn't do. We were trying to protect our land, where a neighbour tried to fence off. When we took the fence up, the neighbour attacked him. We called the Gardaí, but we subsequently found out that this neighbour was actually in with the Gardaí and had a business with one Garda member, and was very well known to high-ranking officers in the Tullamore Garda station.
My mother, Dolores Maxwell, died a victim of elder abuse. I alerted the guards in a registered letter in Rosslare, Bray and Wexford Garda stations. I got no response from Wexford and no response from Rosslare. I've written to the coroners, I've written to Minister Alan Shatter, I've written to the Commissioner. I cannot get justice here, and I can tell you, as a former journalist, everything that I have on this case, everything points to the same thing, that something really bad happened here to my mother.
We would have huge concerns about the fact that it is largely unregulated and is given the power to just police itself. Any institution, whoever that is only accountable to itself, cannot be democratic or transparent in its activities, and I think there needs to be a radical overhaul of the way in which solicitors and barristers are held to account, and indeed the judiciary as well.
The way the solicitors did it was they put me under the Private Residential Tenancy Act, and from the very start anyway, my solicitor was a gangster of a solicitor, and he took 25 grand off me. In total, I have paid out 100 grand. And I am a totally innocent person, and this is still going on today.
In 1972, my brother sold me the only property he owned. I paid him for it, and he signed a contract, and he gave me possession of it, and I was in possession of it for 29 years. And when he died, because they didn't transfer it out of his name, the solicitor was trying to make out I didn't own it. The courts have been most unfair and unjust to me. They are taking the sides of the barrister and solicitor. They're getting everything they require, and I'm being cut out every time.
There are solicitors, there are many things to be concerned about here with the solicitors handling the estate now. We've had recently fraudulent letters created by the solicitors. They're trying to protect something bigger, so there's something bigger going on here.
We've also had problems, we've had people contact us, people who've had problems with judges. And one thing that consistently comes across is this cosy relationship that's there between the Gardai Síochána, the judges and solicitors, and how they all go into the one room for tea and biscuits. And the only person who doesn't get to go into that room is the poor unfortunate person who's been dragged before the courts. And there is rightly a suspicion over how the judicial system works in this country.
the law is not being applied with any degree of fairness or equity. And if, as we've found now, I'm now considered sort of a public enemy because of my stand against corrupt authority figures, even the smallest, most innocuous motions to go through the court or an application for this or that, I'm being blocked, obstructed, delayed, thwarted, and they're all breaking their own rules all the time.
There is one thing for sure, if you never give up, you can never be best, and we're never giving up.